Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm meal prepping today again. Emily came today and she's helping me with the kids, and she told me she wants to take them to the zoo, which is so awesome. So she got the kids out of here, and I tell you, my house was trashed. We are normal people here. Our house gets really messy really quick. I think when you have a lot of people, it can get so messy so fast. Even if you're really trying. Like yesterday afternoon, it was all cleaned up. Right before dinner, everything just looked so nice and beautiful. Solo and I went out on a date last night, and then we went through Walmart, because that's what you do after dinner. Actually, we went to Tractor Supply Company. I tried to talk him into the tiny baby ducks. He did not give in to me. Then we went to Walmart, then we came home, and the kitchen, the kids, the older ones babysat. And they did all right, but it wasn't quite all cleaned up. And then this morning I had to make granola, and we needed it for breakfast. We were out, and we've been out for a while. I just needed to make it. And so by the time granola was done being made and breakfast was eaten and Emily got here, it was bad. So I took a little time after she left, and a couple of the older kids that stayed home to do schoolwork, and we just cleaned up. It's now much more peaceful. I went and got myself a Diet Coke. Micah's taking a Spanish test behind me, and in other news, I finally got a tripod. Another tripod. One that just sits on my counter easily, or I can hold farther away from my face. See, I started looking at my videos up on a big screen, and I'm like, I hold that camera way too close. I'm like this in all the videos. So I have a lot of plans today. I made a ton of granola, 2 huge batches, so that's good for a couple weeks at least, maybe a month. And then I've got some bread going in my bread machines. I've got a few meals I'm gonna make, I think 4, or 1 I'm gonna prep for Solo to make. And I'm also gonna try to can whole dinners. So I'll show you what I'm putting in the cans and hopefully give you the end result of how that turns out. But those are my plans today. I don't know about you, but I work so much better in a tidy, like cleaned up environment. Even if it's not like spotless clean, you could look at my microwave and tell that it's not spotlessly clean, but if it's tidy, my stress level comes way down and I work just much better. So sometimes it's good to just take that extra time, even though it took us about half an hour out of my time today that I didn't feel like I had. It is so worth it. Otherwise I'd just be running around thinking of all the things that I'm not getting done when it's not picked up. Judah just got home from Grandma's. He went over to help her water her plant outside, which she calls him over to do it often. And he came home with a bag full of cookies. Grandma saves her cookies for the kids. Is that not the sweetest thing ever? So after dinner, she always grabs the cookies. Is it after dinner? Or when, I don't know.
I think it's like just at the front they have.
Oh, at the front. So every day she grabs 1 bag. As if she's eating them. And she saves them for the kids and sends them home. Sometimes if it's been a long time she's been collecting them, they're real hard, but he was there recently, so they're soft cookies still. Micah, how's that Spanish test going?
It's going great.
You're not cheating, right?
Does it look like I could be cheating?
Oh boy, I'm so excited. A package I've been waiting for like 6 weeks or more. See ya, are you going to work? Well, he's been working from home this morning. You're never on film anymore. Say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
I gave my wheat grinder away to a friend who I knew would appreciate it so much. He's just really working on getting his house in order in lots of different prepping ways. We talk prepping all the time, he and his wife. And so I knew he would love a grain mill, and he does. He's using it so much, and because this way you can stock up on grains like your wheat berries, which lasts longer than just stocking up on flour. It's easier to keep it good and bugs out of it and all that. So we gave it to him, and I really have wanted to try this new to me mill. It's the mock mill, and it's beautiful. You set it on your counter. It also grinds a little smaller. For the corn meals that we grind, you can regrind stuff, so you can put it back through twice. And so for the ugali, it's called, the Kenyan dish that we make, it would be really helpful to have more control over how fine you grind it. And so to be able to put it back through again and get it smaller. What?
It's all in German.
It's all in German. The mock mill, that you can put it back through your flour a second time to grind it smaller. So anyway, I got the 100, I think. I don't know, I'll write it here if it's different than that. And I think I did get a discount code with them too, so I will leave a link down in my description box. This thing is so cool, so pretty. If you want to check it out, it is an affiliate link that I have with them. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything, but I bought this with my own money. Oh, it's so pretty. It's really heavy. It's something I can leave on my counter and it's beautiful. The other one I hid away in a cupboard. It was not beautiful. Oh, a lid on it. I love it. It's a good investment if you're prepping and want to store wheat berries. It's also a good investment if you like to eat very healthy, because you get a lot more nutrients in the flour when you're just grinding the wheat berries yourself. The flour you get from the store, we started using it because we were doing a 1 ingredient challenge where we're only buying single ingredient foods. Flour has so many preservatives in it, but when you just use it fresh, you gotta, like if we grind too much, we put it in the freezer because it does lose its preservatives over time. If you're doing it fresh, you're getting everything good out of it without all the extra added stuff. So, okay, you read the directions. You know what you're doing. Mike is always our guy with new stuff. He likes to put things together. He wishes the directions were in Spanish. He's doing so. He and Luca are taking Spanish, and their teacher, I tell you, she is so good. They know so much Spanish already, and they're in week 4. And like 4 verses from the Bible. They listen to Spanish music. They talk to each other, and people at church who speak Spanish. I can't believe after 4 weeks, I'll tell you, the difference a good teacher will make. Okay, I'm making a special project with this, and now I'm peeling potatoes, so I'll get back to you here. So this part shows you like how small you want to grind it, I guess. So you can move this. Micah, help me, Micah. Okay. Yes, you can move it like that. Okay, we gotta find a home for that guy. Appreciate good empty counters, but it's pretty. We'll sacrifice some space for pretty and functional. I also made sure when we installed our floating shelves that I have a couple outlets behind them, so we could always keep it up there. As you can see, I already ditched my tripod. Why am I so bad at vlogging? All right, here's my pile. I've got the meat. This is a big roast that I cut up. Now, if we were to just cook this roast like a roast, like people do, and just eat the meat, we would go away, each of us wanting a little more than we got. If we did 2 of them, we'd have too much. So right now, this is a good way for us to use meat because it makes the meat go a little farther when we're chopping it up for something. These are potatoes peeled and cut. These are carrots and onions. I did show you guys this new canner we got a couple of weeks ago. Solo and I talk extensively about big purchases we make, and we really wanted to put some of our budget toward a couple kitchen items that would really help with our goals of eating healthy and prepping food for an emergency or whatever. These two, the canner, the digital canner, and the mock mill go toward those goals because we can prep a lot of food with them, and we can store the grains that we can just grind on our own. And in the end, it goes toward a 3rd goal, both of them, because it saves us money. Last night when we went on our date, we were able to just pull out a couple of quick, easy jars of homemade spaghetti sauce that I had canned. That was so good, and it was just really easy and quick and saves, and I used canned ground beef with it too. So it saves us from like ordering pizza for the kids when we're going out and I don't want to cook, even though we're going out. When you have kids, sometimes you go out on a date, you still got to cook for your kids, or you end up buying them something. So in this case, I'm going to make beef stew and can it. My cans are warm, and now I'm just going to add my ingredients to them. I would rather have some of our meat in cans in case we have an emergency with the freezers. We got a lot of meat in our freezer, so it's a good way to put some of our meat shelf stable. And I'm using my digital pressure canner, which makes it really easy for me to run stuff through it, where the manual pressure canners just take a long time of babysitting. So I think both kitchen items, that mock mill and this digital pressure canner, are gonna serve us well in the future. They both go towards saving us money. All right, I got the first batch going, and I still have plenty for another round. So I'm gonna pack this up into the fridge so it stays nice and fresh. Until then, maybe add a little carrots to the mix, and we'll do this again when that thing is done. Each one of my teenagers walked by while I was doing this, and they all were very impressed with me. They're like, oh, that's so cool, you can do that? You're making a whole dinner in a jar. it's awesome. I didn't add a lot of seasoning. I added the salt only, but I figured when we're eating it, we can just add whatever seasonings make it taste good while we're eating it. So anyway, if we ever had an emergency and needed some quick food, Solo and I figured 3 of those jars would feed our family over rice. Otherwise, maybe we need something to add to leftovers to make a good leftover night, or just a couple people are around and need a meal. It'll work for that too. All right, kids are home. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yummy, yummy,
You got a treat. Wow, Emily is the hero of the hour. Yes, she survived a trip to the zoo. The day, for the whole day. Luca's taking a Spanish test now. I did set this, or Micah set it up. I guess I showed that, but we read that we need to put some white rice through it first for just at 10, set at 10. So these are stone grinders, which is different than my Nutrimel that I had. The stone grinders grind it, like I said, all these different levels, so you can be a little more specific, but they want you to put some white rice through it and then make some rice flour and do it twice. So I'll put it through. It's actually much easier to clean too than my other one because it cleans itself, and then we'll run it through twice just to remove any debris from manufacturing. Okay, I put that flour back in for a second round. That second time through was real fast, really fast. Boy, it works quick. And the nice thing is, did I say I don't have to clean it? It says if you leave it for a long period of time. But my other one, I had to take all apart and clean it all the time. So that is definitely a benefit of this.
What are we going to use all of this for?
We're just going to throw that out. Belle's agreed to cook for me. She's going to make the chicken spaghetti, maybe the quiche. Probably the quiche. And I've changed my menu. I'm going to make Papa's curry meatballs because I found this in the fridge and I want to use it. We have meatballs? No, I got to go to the store to get meatballs. And then what's the fourth thing? Oh, Solo's going to make dengu, which is really good. I got meat thawed for him. He showed me how to use a tripod.
Yeah, you're just like, your arms are going to get sore with this. You're like,
Let's get to work. Actually, I'm gonna go read to somebody while she does this.
3 cups of milk, 3 cups of mayonnaise, and 24 eggs so far. And I still gotta add 6 cups of cheese. Oh, and 24 cups of spinach with like pepper and salt, and cook them. Yeah, and mix this together better.
Belle and I have been teaming up here on this food a little. She cut a lot of the chicken and cooked it. Thank you, Belle. And she's working on the quiche. I've been doing some homeschool, rested a minute. But we did buy the chicken thighs that have skin and bone on them. They were 1/3 of the price. They were also a pain to cut up. So I took the skin and bones that were left. Didn't do that great a job of cutting the meat off the bones. And I'm making a broth out of it. So whatever I have left over of that beef stew that I'm canning, but carrots and onions I'll throw in there too. What is that? Milk, cheese, mayonnaise,
And 24 eggs.
and 24 eggs. Ooh, that's the quiche without the veggies in it.
Yes, I need to put spinach in it.
And then that'll be ready. And I'm gonna finish this chicken spaghetti. So she already cooked up the chicken thighs. Is it worth it to buy it with skin and bone? I don't know, I guess I'm getting broth too, so yes, maybe. I didn't feel like I got all the chicken off the bone very well, so maybe there's tricks I can learn for that, or maybe I can use the cooked chicken after I strain off the broth and make dog food.
Nessa, how do you feel about it?
Oh, yes. How do you feel about that, Nessa? Luca has taken over the white chicken spaghetti graciously. Thank you, Luca. Belle is so gracious to finish off the quiche. It's been a little time since I last talked to you. I was tired. I got another batch in my bread makers, and I'm so thankful when my children come help me. Tori's writing a story. Eli's playing a game, occupying all the little ones. It's about to storm outside, which should be lovely. They're loud. Seth took the remote, and it's some race car game on the Apple TV, just some free game app. And he started winning. He was winning. He was beating Eli, I think, and the girls were screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping up and down. I didn't even have the heart to tell them to be quiet because it was so cute. What are you cooking? Ooh. Yeah, it's so fun. You're a good cook.
What does that mean?
You sprinkle the flour on the onions. You're making a roux.
No, what does toss to coat mean?
Toss to coat all the onions in flour. One of my aunts once told me that she taught her son how to cook well so he would never get married just because he was hungry. I thought it was so funny, but I think about it every time my boys are cooking. My boys are good cooks. Judah knows how to mix flavors. Are you a good cook? You're good at following directions. Getting flour all over you.
Oh, is this good?
Now you gotta toss to coat. Like toss.
Oh, like toss around.
Yeah. Ooh, the bottom of that pan. Woo! He's learning. Those cans came out looking really good. That hole is as deep as it looks. Guys, I'm not stingy with my bread. Anybody that asks, I'm cut him a piece and give him a piece with butter. It obviously smells amazing. Sure, of course. Did you pick at the bread, Noelle?
No.
Who put a big hole in my bread? Did you put any of this hole in this bread? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Belle went to the store, got these meatballs. She saved the day. Actually had her get 2 bags, one for another meal later on. But that'll be ready for us on Sunday morning. I'm gonna throw something in the crock pot that's so easy. I'll show you in a minute. Solo's home. He's eating quick because he's taking the kids and a bunch of their friends out to the property to show them. Did you know you're cooking this weekend? Dengu.
Oh yeah, I think you told me that.
Yeah.
Is that part of the food prep or you already did the food
No, I'll show them their final results. I had more whole wheat bread come out and I realized I needed to grind it more, finer. So for the next batch it will be finer. So it didn't rise quite as well, but it's good. This is it compared to the white stuff. Okay, you guys, we're on the final home stretch. The last meal, I'm just gonna show you what I will do. If my crock pot over there that's doing the chicken broth was free, if it was free, I would be making it up ahead of time. It's not free. So on Sunday morning, I want a really easy meal so when we come home from church, we can have a hot meal ready to go. So I'm gonna put some brown rice in my pressure cooker that morning. That will take me minutes, like 2 minutes. The pressure canner is making a lot of noise. The children are making more noise. Okay, my dad made this meal last time when he was with us and there is enough left to make one more meal out of it. So it's about 1 cup of this curry paste, green curry paste, and about 4 cups of coconut milk. Literally mix that with frozen meatballs. I'll do that on Sunday morning. I'll just throw in these cans. They will be out and ready to go. Throw them in a crock pot, put it on high with the meatballs, the whole bag of meatballs. And it's very good. It's a little spicy. My kids that don't like the spice so much will just add some sour cream or plain yogurt on top. Ooh, that reminds me I want to get yogurt started tonight too. This is a whole food day. When I get home from church, we'll mix in some fresh cilantro and serve it over rice. So easy, so very good. Does it need vegetables? Yes, probably. Maybe we'll throw some broccoli in the crock pot too. I don't know. It's gonna be so easy though. I will hopefully show you some finished products of Solo's meal and that curry meatball meal and whatever else I finish here. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I have been saving kind of all my kitchen stuff for one day. It's kind of crazy. I should spread it out a little more because whew, makes me tired. But it's been working out good because I use a day that I have a little help too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.